Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to my studio. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this incredibly gorgeous and super simple shawl called the Dazzling Tassels Shawl. It uses a very simple combination of stitches with a gorgeous sparkly yarn. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to make these super simple tassels that really put it all together. In all the years of styling, photo shoots, and videos, I have learned that a rectangular wrap is one of the easiest and most versatile ways to style an outfit. You can wear it wrapped around a sparkly dress like this. It can also be worn as a scarf. You can wear it with a contrast dress, like the color I'm wearing, to really show off the sparkles as well. Imagine if you added a pin right here at the shoulder and you would have your entire arm exposed over here, and it would be like a little dressy poncho. How cute is that? And depending on what color of tassels you put on, you can either match the outfit or contrast the outfit or coordinate perfectly by doing all the tassels in one color. Let's get started. To make this beautiful shawl, you're going to need 3 spools of Be So Dazzling yarn, which comes in either a gold or a silver colorway. You're also going to need 100 yards of Be So Fine yarn. This is colorway Blue Danube, but in the shawl we used a combination of colors. We used Tropical Hot Coral, Passionate Plum, Calypso Lime, Crushed Berries, and Caribbean Turquoise. You'll either need a combination to reach 100 yards, or if you're doing it in one color, you could do it in 1 tidbit of Be So Fine yarn. I'll be using the Boy Tassel Maker and a size H, 8 or 5 millimeter crochet hook, and I'll also be using a yarn needle and some scissors. The starting chain is a multiple of 20 plus 4, and what that means is you're going to repeat chain 20 for as many times as you want the length of your shawl to be, and then finish it up with a chain 4. For this shawl we're doing 10 repeats, so in other words we're chaining 204. I'm going to do a reduced sample, so I'm going to do a multiple of 20 2 times and then my chain 4. Okay, so I have my 2 repeats of chain 20, and I'm going to finish up the starting chain with a chain 4. Row 1 begins with a double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook. Remember, we don't count the loop on our crochet hook. That's our working loop, so we're going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4 and double crochet into that chain. Yarn over, insert your hook into the specified chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 19. Then we're going to come back to our beginning chain. Remember, here's where we did our double crochet in the 4th chain from our hook. So now we're going to be working back across that starting chain, skipping 19 chains, and double crochet 2 times into the 20th chain from our hook. Okay, and that's our repeat across the row. We're going to chain 19, skip 19 chains, and work 2 double crochets in the next chain. Okay, so we did a chain 19, skip the next 19 chains, and 2 double crochets in the next chain. And that's what the end of row 1 should look like. Row 2 begins with turning our work, and we're going to slip stitch into the space between the 1st and 2nd double crochet. Chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and double crochet in that same space between those 2 stitches. Chain 19, And then we're going to skip the next 19 chains, and in the space between the next 2 double crochets, in that space between the 2 stitches, we're going to work 2 double crochets. Yarn over your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now our repeat is to chain 19, skip 19 chains, and work 2 double crochets in the space between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, so we're going to repeat row 2 for the entire length of our shawl. And I'll show you what this looks like in the finished shawl. So you see we've got our 2 double crochets between the 2 double crochets on the row below, chain 19, and then 2 double crochets into the space between the 2 double crochets on the row below, all the way across. Couldn't be simpler. You do the same repeat for every single row of the shawl. And now I'm going to show you how to make these adorable and simple tassels and how to tie them onto the shawl with a square knot. Okay, so first we want to work into these 2 notches at the top of the tassel maker. So we're going to slide our yarn into this notch on the opposite side of the openings and wrap into the notch on the other side and come back second time into the first notch and cut our yarn. You want to make sure those ends are on the opposite side of where you'll be wrapping your yarn. Notice how I've already pulled back a bunch of these tabs. All of these tabs come out at some point, but I wanted to make my tassels the smallest size, so by pulling all of these back, I'll be making my tassel this size. So now we're going to take a second piece of yarn, and we're going to start wrapping it around. You want to make sure these 2 stay notched on this side, and we're going to start wrapping the yarn around the body of the tassel maker, and I'm going to do it 50 times. Okay, now we're going to come through and grab a third piece of yarn. I'm going to set that down and grab a third piece of yarn about 10 inches long. And I like to use a yarn needle for this one. It's just easier. I find it's a little cumbersome to do this with my fingers. And I'm going to wrap this thread, and I'm going to wrap this piece of yarn around this section of the tassel maker. It's notched on this side, so you can easily come through on this side, but I find it's more secure to pull it through the other side with the yarn needle than instead of trying to pull it with my fingers. So I'm going to wrap this several times and tie it in the back. And we're going to do a square knot. So we're taking the right yarn, crossing in front, pulling through, and then that same strand now on the left, crossing it in front and pulling through. And later on we'll be weaving in those loose ends, but until now that keeps it nice and secure for the next step, which is to now take these strands out. And we want to slide this to the top of the tassel maker, right along that ridge there. And we're going to tie these in a knot as well. So we're going to take, let's get this facing forward. Okay, so we're going to do a square knot. So take the strand on the right, cross it in front, pull it through. And now that that same strand is on the left, we're going to cross it in front and pull it through. And I could have done that tighter in the first round. Okay, but it'll be okay. So now we're going to slide this whole thing off of the tassel maker. And we can trim all of our loops. We'll come back through and tidy those up as well. But now we're going to keep these 2 strands on the top free for tying our tassel to the shawl. And I'll take these other 2 ties. I'm going to trim them evenly so I can weave them into the tassel. So we're going to slide those right through the tassel. And then I can trim those as well. Okay, so then the only thing left is to tie our tassel to the edge of the shawl. And if you notice, I tied these evenly spaced every 3 end of rows. So I tied a tassel in one end of row, then skipped 2 end of rows, and then tied the next tassel in the next end of row. Okay, so we'll skip our next 2 end of rows and go to the next one. Pull 1 strand through and leave 1 strand on the right side, 1 on the back side. Okay, we're going to tie with a square knot again. So we're going to cross the right strand over the left, pull it through, and now that same strand is on the left, cross that in front, and pull it through. Now that they're secure, I'm going to trim these the same length as well, and with my yarn needle, thread both onto the yarn needle and thread them all the way through the tassel and trim it up. If you have any questions about making the Dazzling Tears crochet shawl, please leave them for me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. If you go to the video description, you can find links to both download the free pattern and order both yarns to make this gorgeous shawl. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.